in Wisconsin can be pretty unpredictable. One day it's snowing, the next it's bright and sunny, and then the next day it's partly cloudy and then rains in the afternoon. It has us wondering, is it still winter or is it springtime yet? The unpredictability can keep any good weather person on their toes, but there's one person, part of the animal kingdom, who claims that they can tell exactly when spring's going to arrive. That's right, I'm talking about nature's weatherman, the groundhog, otherwise known as the woodchuck. Hi, I'm Miss Reinders, and I'm an environmental educator here at Schmeeckley Reserve, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite animals, the groundhog. Groundhogs hibernate throughout most of the winter months, undergo amazing changes, and then emerge in spring right in time to find a mate for Valentine's Day. Follow me to figure out more about these amazing creatures. Groundhogs live in forested areas that are next to more open spaces, like this area. In these habitats, they'll build complex underground burrows that are not so different from our own homes. Also, like groundhogs, people will start to emerge from their own homes to be involved in more springtime activities. Let's take a closer look at groundhog burrows.
Groundhog burrows can be quite complex and have different sections for different purposes, just like our own homes. Our homes have kitchens, bedrooms, bathrooms, and hallways. Similarly, a groundhog's burrow has a food storage chamber, a sleeping chamber, a separate chamber for the toilet, and an area to turn around in. They may also have a nursery chamber for raising offspring as well.
Groundhogs are considered true hibernators. This means that they're almost impossible to wake up once they start hibernating. That is, until spring arrives. Other true hibernators include bats and ground squirrels, like the little brown bat and 13-line ground squirrel that can both be found in Wisconsin. During this time, a groundhog will go through lots of different changes to conserve energy and keep itself alive. One of these changes is that it will reduce its heartbeat. I want everyone to pause their video for a moment and take your own heart rate. You can do this by setting a timer for 1 minute or watching the clock, taking 2 fingers and putting them to your wrist or to your neck until you find your heartbeat, and then counting how many beats that your heart beats in that entire minute. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. How many times did your heart beat during that minute? I'm guessing it was more than 4 or 5 times, but that's about how many times a groundhog's heart will beat while it's hibernating. Another change that groundhogs undergo is their body temperature will greatly decrease. It decreases from their normal 98 degrees Fahrenheit to 38 degrees Fahrenheit, a whole 60 degrees difference. This is especially amazing considering that when a human's body temperature drops below 95 degrees, we go into hypothermia. The last major change that a groundhog will go through during hibernation is it will lose a large amount of its body weight, up to 40% in fact. Most fully grown groundhogs weigh 13 pounds, so during hibernation they can lose up to 5 pounds of their body weight.
To give you a comparison, take a look around your kitchen at home. Do you have a 2-liter bottle of soda? What about a bag of sugar? Or possibly you really like bananas, so you have 5 bunches lying around. I doubt you have that many bananas, but all these common household items weigh roughly 5 pounds, the same amount that groundhogs will lose while hibernating.
All these amazing changes help the groundhog survive throughout the winter. Then, in February, they'll emerge from their burrows, not in search of their shadows, but in search of love. Groundhogs are more likely to celebrate Valentine's Day than their own holiday named after them. That's because groundhogs emerge from their burrows in spring to find a mate. The males will emerge about a week before the females do to establish and defend their territories. Then, after the week is up, females will join them up above the surface.
Groundhogs still rely on their weather instincts for when to emerge from their burrows to mate. They have to get the timing just right. If they emerge too early in the spring, then, when the offspring are born, there won't be enough food available for them to eat. However, if they emerge and mate too late in the spring, then there won't be enough time for the offspring to put on weight for their first winter.
With their exceptional instincts, perhaps we should trust the groundhog's weather predictions after all. Thanks for joining me to learn more about groundhogs, their burrows, the changes they go through, and why they emerge in spring. Hopefully, as spring continues, the weather will get nicer and we'll be able to emerge from our own burrows a lot more often. If you walk through Schmeeckley, make sure to keep your eye out for any groundhogs emerging from their burrows as well.